There are people who are in hell because a group of people paid to make sure they don't get life. Do you know Satan is still paying people today to say Jesus is not risen? There are many people, many of our children across the globe today, learning all kinds of things sponsored by the abundance of financial resources. I will repeat it one more time for your hearing, Koinonia, that the name of Jesus is very heavy. It takes financial resources to lift it high so that the nations will see. Out of all the strategies to stop the manifestation of the name of Jesus, Satan decided to choose the issue of finance. Please do not downplay it. When you remain in abject poverty, three things must happen to you. One, you must steal. Two, you must tell lies. Three, you must borrow. One of these three things, usually all three, will eventually happen to you if you are poor. It has nothing to do with whether you are good or bad. It is the consequence of not being empowered economically. For instance, if you don't have the money to pay your rent, even if you're a sincere prayer warrior, chances are excellent that when your wife and your children are about to be kicked out of the house, you won't know when you will beg your wife to say, please tell them I traveled. I will tell God sorry later on, but for now. And you will feel bad, and yet you will repeat it again. The bondage that poverty puts men, it would take God to open your eyes to see it. I have told you that every time we advocate wealth and abundance is from a pro-kingdom standpoint. Don't approach it from a carnal, mundane standpoint, just fueling lust. This is not what we're teaching. But I can tell you that among the many tools that must be present in your life, first to live a life of dignity, then to advance the purposes of God, and then to fulfill Genesis 12:3, that in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. You will not be able to do greater works if you lack resources. That is the truth. I used to watch the great crusades of Reinhard Bonnke, the great crusades of Billy Graham, and they would pack stadiums. And I know that usually when we watch those crusades, the central point is just Billy Graham coming, but you need to have an understanding of the budgets. By the privilege of God's grace and by reason of what I do, I can tell you that it takes serious amount of money to do anything meaningful for the kingdom. It takes resources to bring them to the cross. The gospel is free, but the means to take it to the lost is not free. It is terrible to know what to do and still be limited because of finances. I'm praying for you. That which limits men, incapacitates men financially, and makes your life a representation of mockery and shame, may it leave your life from tonight.